Hi, oh my god. I'm back. I submitted my thesis last night. Now it's waiting on the grade for that. Fun. Amazing. Somewhere in between recordings, I made this sweater. It's just a granny stitch. I have to weave in the ends on that still, but I'm not doing that today. Today we're gonna make a plushie because I haven't made a plushie in a while and I want to. It's gonna be a possum, so I have some grays and pink and white in my basket here. Also, before I forget to show you, because this was also when I wasn't recording anything, I made another lino print carving thingy. The carving is currently like drying because I used it recently. It's this little bat. And he's the cover image for my thesis. Isn't that snazzy? So today, possum. If I feel like it, maybe weave it ends. I still have another granny stitch shawl that's like halfway done that I started while working on my thesis and then I didn't finish it. Probably gonna be gaming a bit, I don't know. Read? Draw? I have free time? Huh? Anyway, tomorrow I'll work and I gotta remember that there's a small assignment that I have to do for Friday, but relative freedom. I'm gonna start on the possum now. I will update you in a bit. Okay, so I've weighed my yarn. I remembered to do that. And you can tell that I haven't crocheted, or like barely crocheted, for 2 or 3 weeks because I did 7 rows. And my wrist hurts. That's gonna be a slow going today. I might make it so that I have the pattern on my phone instead of on my laptop so I can have it here and then have my game open because I'm playing TCG Card Shop Simulator. I know. And I'm at the stage where I've got most things automated besides like stocking and opening the card packs. So I could very easily have that run while doing a few rounds until my wrist hurts and then I do a bit of tasks in the game and yeah. I think that's smart because if I don't have something else to do while I'm crocheting, I'm going to keep crocheting like normal, and this isn't like normal. So, yeah. I might also grab my wrist brace. Sad. Hi, update. We have a possum body. That took a while. I ended up just like putting on a show instead of playing my game because I kept getting too focused on the game. But possum body. It says to embroider the little face details right now, but I'm gonna leave that until the very end. Because in placing embroidery, like centering it is easier than placing the ears around it. So I'm gonna start the ears and his little feetsies and his tail. I'm gonna do all of the parts and then assemble it in one go. Very excited. I'm thinking, I saw a market prep possum pattern on Instagram at some point, like a tinier one, right? Like a small little guy. And I have this one and I make a bunch of the small little guys and I put them on the big one. Because you know how like when there's a mama possum, the babies are like all over her, just dangling and chilling. I want to have that. That would be cute. Also, this is quite a chunky boy, so I probably will not make many of these for selling. I mean, I might. I really like the pattern. I really like possums, but it depends. and if the people buying stuff like them, right? I'm definitely gonna make at least another like one or two of this pattern though, because I want to make a silly one. And I'm like 99% sure one of my friends would want one. So yeah, I'm getting back to the task. This is such a silly shape. A very fun shape. It looks like a little bottle. Okay, I'm done. Hi, it's later, still the same day. I was beginning to sew him. My needle got stuck in his tummy, so I had to do this for a while, and then I got pissed off at it and I asked my housemate, hey, can you squish his tummy until the needle comes out? And then they got the needle out. He's been squished. But also, look at his little face. Oh, it's such a happy little guy. So cool. I was thinking if I make the same pattern and I just like stuff it less and I do the eyes a little differently, I can make roadkill. Might do that. First finish him. Good morning, it's the next day. I got a little bit sidetracked playing Stardew Valley last night. Anyway, possum with all him leggies. If I make another one in the same pattern, same size, everything, I am going to make the tail as a continuation of the body. Right now it's sewn on. And I just don't like sewing because I use chenille yarn and it... Yeah. Beep boop. Bop-a-dip. That's the little guy. I love him. He's so baby. So good. I have to go to work soon, so I will see you maybe tonight and otherwise tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hi, good morning, it's Wednesday. Work was so busy yesterday. Whoa. But it's Wednesday now, Wednesday morning, so I'm going to the grandma's. I'm going to the hobby center again. Yay. I'm gonna be bringing this yarn to work on my African flowered triceratops. Not the elephant, I did that last time. Triceratops. Started this a while ago, but it's not 2mm hook, so I kind of wasn't feeling it. But it's a very small, compact project, so it's good for taking with me, and I didn't want to bring stuffing. Whoa, Neo, what was that? I've also put a shawl project in my bag, just in case the small hook hurts my wrist too much. And I'm going for the whole day, so I've also got my quilting stuff with me. See you when I get back. Wahoo, bye. Hi, I'm back from the granny hangout, and I also had dinner and stuff. This morning I had 6 of these. I now have 8 finished ones. 2 in the flowery phase and 6 there's another one somewhere in there. 6 of these for a total of 16. I did not get a lot done during the knitting crocheting hangout part of the day because it was so very warm in there, and like it was so warm that one of the ladies needed like a cold towel and ice cream and to head home early because she was overheating that much. But overall it was still a nice hangout. I also got some progress in on this and on my quilting. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the night. It's like nearly 8 p.m. I would like to finish the rest of the hexagon so I can move on to the other parts of the triceratops and maybe finish it this summer. This is one of those projects that I don't work on a whole lot because it's on a tiny hook and I don't know, it's me. And just like when I was making the elephant, I now have the idea in my brain that I want to blanket out of these things, like on a bigger hook of course, but I want to blanket out of this flower pattern. And to do that, I need to finish some of my other blanket projects first. I will spend some time on this. I'll probably hang out with my friend a bit, and I'll probably play a bit more Power Washer Simulator, I think is what the game is called. I'm having fun with that. Very satisfying. I'll update you at some point. Hi, good morning still. Wow, it's not 12 yet. The things waking up early will do for you. I got a bit more progress in on this last night, but not a lot, because the small hook started hurting my hands. And this morning I worked on the assignment I still have to do. I did half. I need to write an 800-word background article for children later, but I'm still trying to think of the topic, right? I want to keep in theme, kind of, with the previous things I've been writing about for this course. Not at all required, I get to shuffle topics however I want, but so far I've kind of had a theme and I want to keep that. So I'm thinking. And if I can't think of anything different, I can just translate my background article for adults into children's language. But that's technically harder to do than just writing about a new topic. So I'm gonna let that ruminate in my brain for a little bit. I don't have to have it finished until tomorrow at midnight, but tomorrow I have work, and after that I have my grandma's birthday. Anyway, I did that this morning, right? I wrote the one for adults, or like edited it. I already had a draft, but I needed to fix it. Did that. Went to the gym. And I worked on my little cross stitch thingy a bit. And now I'm gonna make a baby possum because I want to. I'm gonna keep the idea of the roadkill possum in my brain, but this is the last of the dark gray that I have right now. So I don't think I can. Like, of course I could, but I don't think it's a good use of my yarn color stuffs to do that right now when I wanted to make baby possums. Unless I now make the baby possums and realize that I barely used any of this, then I could still make the roadkill guy, but that would be in a different video because right now this is the final day for this video. I'm gonna get going, see if I like the pattern that I found for it. If not, I'll look for a different one and make one. Probably make a 2 or 3 maybe, and then I'll update you. Yeah. Baby. Tiny baby. This is adorable. I love it. I will be making another one. Yeah. But first, I need to eat. I need to have lunch. Bye-bye. Okay, hello. There is two little possums now. And I think that's enough for today on the little possums. I don't know if they're gonna do well. I don't want to have like 12 of them and then no one here likes possums. But, okay. So that task is complete, and then I had another task which I'm going to be doing right now, which is printing some of the vampire bat. That was the cover image for my thesis, because we had a little peer review group, right? And then I showed them the image and they were all like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, you want a print? I'll just give you a print, that's fine. And they all sounded very interested in that and they wanted it, so I got to print a few of them. And I wanted to print a few of them for stocking them on the website anyway, so. At first I thought I was gonna put one on my wall in my room, like I do with my other prints, like the first one goes on my wall. But I don't want that. I don't want my thesis cover on my wall, at least not right now. A few weeks need to pass before before I want to look at that regularly. Yeah, I would prefer to just not think about that until the grades are in, actually. But time to press them. That is him. I'll be doing this a couple of times. Alrighty, I've got them all packaged up. I'm holding it like this so I'm covering my address and the address on the back. I've put my little ghost stamp on all of them and I think that's cute and fun. I've also got a few extras. I made 8 in total. I've also just heard that someone would like it printed on a shirt, so I'll be fixing that in the weekend after the upcoming few days of work and having to see family. So I'm gonna take my little possum friend and the baby possum friends, put these in my room, put away the printing supplies, and I'm gonna go to bed, read my bookie, and then tomorrow I go to work and my grandma, and then Saturday I go to work again. So we're gonna end this one here. Why am I holding him like this? There, he sits like a baby now. We're gonna end this one here. Thank you so much for joining again. I'm very happy to be back making silly little things instead of doing academic writing. I'm still gonna have tasks to do, like plan my internship and all that, but that's small tasks. That's manageable. I'll have time to make silly little fellas like this. Let me know if you have any suggestions for what I should do next. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing whatever I think of. And I will see you next time, hopefully, maybe. Bye-bye.